So let's design our blog page. Let's simply wrap it around the container because we already have made that. And then we will have a section of, say, cards, right? Here it will contain articles, which will be a map thing. All of them will be an article. And let's also wrap this around. Let's call it T article. Now the T article is something that is going to be a type. So we can just define it here. Type T article. We know we have an ID of string. We know we have title of a string. Then description will be there as well of string. Then we have content of string, image of string as well. And then finally created at is again a string. All of them are string. So we have all of this right here. Let's see. Created at, title, description, content, image, category. Let's also add the category here. We have category of string. All right. So now we are here, and then we will have basically a card div, and this card div will be having the key, which will be article.id, and this will be a returning thing. Okay. Now within that we will have a card image container is something that I am thinking. So we will mark this as, I'm marking here. So I'm simply marking all this name that I'm coming up with for the class name. We will use a tailwind only, but for now, let it be so that we understand where we have to put what. And for this, I'm going to be using the image tag rather than the image component of Next.js. I am going to be using the image tag. Why? Because at the end, I want to show you this optimization as well. So you need to understand the difference it will make. So this is our image. And then we will have card name, I mean the class name here as, say, card image for now as a placeholder. These classes are just placeholders for now. Then I will have card content, and within that I will have card date category. Then I will have a span of, say, date class that will be format. We have to go back to this. I will add another dependency, which is date fns. I will run this back again. Let's go back, and then I can have date fns format. This is a library for date formatting. Then I will say new date, and here I will pass article.created at, and the way I want this to be formatted is mmm space dd comma YYY. Then the next thing is basically the category that I want to be put here, and this will be article.category. Come outside of this card date category, and then we will have h3, which is going to be the title. Here we will have article.title. Then we will have e, which is going to be the description, and then we will have article.description. And finally we will have a link element link, which will have read more as text, and here it will be href, and this is where the dynamic routes come. So the format here will be slash blocks, because we are inside the blocks. We have to go inside this block, so slash blocks, and then here we want to pass article ID /1 /2 /3 and so and so. That should do the entire thing. And let's also add like a link. Okay, for now let's let it be. So let's go back and see what happened, and here we are. This is our entire block, bunch of high resolution images that are coming here, right? And as you can see, we can't see anything else. But if I go here, there's a card container. Okay, it's really not there. Let's see. Now it is here. There's a caching issue by default, which Next.js keeps on caching things automatically. So we have to refresh a lot. But this is what it is, right? So we have a big image. Then we have this. So to restrict this big image, we can have a bunch of classes that we will be looking into in Tailwind. But for now, this is good. Now what happens if I click on this read more? We are back to our custom not found, because this is not found at all. The way to fix this is using something called dynamic routes. Now we are going inside this. So inside this app, inside this blog, which is going to be inside our public, we will have another folder for that, for capturing that 1, 2, 3 dynamic pages. And that folder will be ID. Now, if I put it like so, then it means that it is assuming that's blog/ID as in ID rather than anything. So to make it anything, we have to wrap it around the brackets, the square brackets, have to wrap it around that. And this ID is the param. is the parameter xyz, whatever, does not matter. For the sake of better understanding, I have named it as id. Why? Because the link contains the id. If this would have contained, say, slug in the link, I would have called it slug. Okay, if it is name, call it that. Whatever, just have to make sure that you are consistent. Now inside this id we will have another page, and let's capture that id first. So this will be basically single block, and this will be basically capturing all this id. So here it will have something called params. This is coming from the next.js itself, and this params will be of type like id, which is going to be of a string. And then we will console log this params just to show what this is. And for now we will return single block. Now let's refresh. Okay, we have to export. Now it says single block, and we have that as parameter consoled, which is, since it's a server component, we have to go back to our server end, and you will see that it is consoling log that id. So id is coming inside the params. There's also something called multi-catch routes. That's why you have the params. You can have a bunch of this, like 1, 2, 3, and so and so. Anyways, so we got our id. So basically now we have to simply get the data for that id, right? Because remember, what we are doing is inside these blocks, if I go inside the page, we are retrieving all the data in our blocks for sure, but we are not passing anything, right? We are just saying it's a link, just go there. So when I am here, I again need that data. For that, first let's get this id from params, and then let's make this as async. This should be now just a muscle memory at this point, I hope so. So let's call this as article. Now we will wait, we will fetch, we will do the same thing that we did before, JSON API URL. I'm pretty sure that's what I named it there, articles/id. Okay, this will give me the id, and then res.json, and that is going to give me all the articles, basically one single article. If I just make it like this, let's see what happens. Now we have on our server end the entire article. This is what we wanted. So let's first make sure that we have designed this better. All right, now also here I will simply design this entire page. This will be again going to be a container. Within that container I will have, say, again image card image container, right? It's the same thing, nothing is like changing here, not much. So this will be article dot image, this will be article dot title. I want this to be, disable this, make this as this. Okay, then make this as class name of card image, then come to this. Inside we will have card content, and this will be again card date category, if I'm right. Again the same thing. Let's simply copy paste it from here since it's the same thing. Copy paste, right? So, and that's about it. It's not like we are going to be designing it much, so I'm pretty okay with this. Let's go back, and here we are, right? One thing that we should be having or changing here is, rather than the description, let's call it content, and here I will copy paste this whole thing. This is something that we can extract out somewhere else. Let's do that. Inside the blog, let's have our type.ts, extract it out here. Let's simply go to here. We can remove this, we can do it like so, and this should also be like article. If we want, we can have it like so. Doesn't matter, it's not like required, but I'm just doing it. Same goes here. Let's have it as article. TypeScript is one of those things that you don't need it if you're working alone, unless just for the sake of help. It's not something to show off. All right, we can just let it be for now, and this is how it looks. Okay, that's the dynamic route that we have, right? Dynamic routes. He also saw the error handling as well. That custom not found is the same thing. Okay, is the same thing. Cool. So if I go to, say, home page, go here, this is my static route, then I click on this is my dynamic route, and this is different for different things. So for example, this is new image, this is new image. So this is how the dynamic route works in Next.js. So in the next couple of sections, we will design our pages